So we got to stop filling one of them. You know what? Let's take this one off here for now. Actually, no, we don't need this one here. I think is unnecessary. We'll let that one empty. And now, like, we only have 20 places we can deliver gas to in distribution offices. That would be a nice thing, like in the expansion. Actually, you know what? Before I go into my comedy thing here, I want to talk about a couple of ideas for the expansion. Maybe do a little bit of a clip out of it because I love this game so much that I don't want anyone to even consider not making an expansion. I don't want the capitalists to be have their way. This will be an indicator. We'll get some socially leaning investors if needed. But I hope they make sooner than later. They start developing the sequel. They made the original one 5 years ago or 6 years ago, I guess. I think it's ready to, you know, ideas got to be thrown on the drawing board, and I want to give some ideas for. Here's some ideas for um, workers and resources Chinese Republic or whatever you want to call it, Chinese something. China's. I think it definitely has to have China as a theme. Um, and you definitely get some, investors from China, obviously, if uh, if that was the theme, I imagine. But yeah, one of them is for distribution offices here to um, the research tree, right? Right now you can unlock the bigger, like the small and medium distribution office here. It's locked right now, but I think we need some technologies that increase because even these here, all they do is give you more parking spots, right? But we need technology. Keep it at 20 by default. And I'd also like to see this be a continuation of so when the expansion is purchased, a person. So this is one two things here right off the bat. Old worlds that you've developed in the old game, use the same engine, use everything the same. Okay, um, all have all the support for that, but you can load old like Soviet Republic maps into the new game. But these buildings develop technologies in the tech tree. The tech tree needs to grow quite a bit, in my opinion, because I found in the other games I kind of got to the end, like near the end of the tech tree, and it was like, well, what? Like it needed more options. So increasing this beyond 20 office tasks, maybe 25, and then maybe cap it at 30 or something, right? Don't be silly, right? Just something that's reasonably yeah, this is a bit funny, this too. So I think um yeah, hold on here. Hold on here. Yes, yes. So in addition to uh technology that increases the distribution office options, the dispatching of construction offices, I think there needs to be a technology too. Improve dispatching. Okay, make this another technology. So this is currently right now when they find stuff to do, like if this, um, let's say a flatbed truck. Okay, right now here's an example. It just has boards on it, but it's probably going to a place that could use bricks, boards, and steel. So I noticed an issue too. If the source destination doesn't have enough goods, it just picks up what it can, and then all the trucks sort of do a bunch of little loads. So I think the next tier of it needs to have some sort of planning to it, where it coordinates large pickups. Like it doesn't even bother doing a pickup. And if you think about it, what's the point of doing a pickup if it cannot finish the job, right? What is the point of it picking up anything? And it could work with the workers as well, like in conjunction with. So, for example, here, let's say it went to pick up wood, but there wasn't enough wood to make a load, right? For where it needs to go. it wouldn't even bother. It would just stay parked in the. This would be tier two dispatching. Likewise, the workers wouldn't just blindly go out to the construction site if the goods aren't there. So just a little bit of AI improvement there once you research it, right? But then at tier three, what I'd like to see it do is mix goods. So when it needs bricks, steel, and wood, it knows how to pick up all three on at least on open haul trucks. And I know in real life you could have dividers in these kind of trucks. Like maybe you can have uh, two types of aggregates mixed up. Okay, and obviously having mixed aggregate facilities too, I think is something because in real life I've been to aggregate supply yards. Again, I'm not a um, I'm not some, sheltered. I didn't grow up in it with a sheltered life. I grew up in reality, and I've had to build things, and I've had to visit these uh, aggregate supplies, and they got all kinds of aggregate. They got, you they don't necessarily have everything. Like obviously uranium wasn't there, but they three or four of these things would be present at most aggregate sites. So, but again, you could make that a technology. So by default, it can't do that. Then later on, you research it in the tech tree, you can, and that adds so much. Like computationally speaking, that's not hard to do, but it adds a lot of fun to it. So that's just a few more suggestions for, um, uh, the sequel to this game here. To yeah, there was some other things with worker tiers I want to talk about, but it's more of a thought experiment than practical suggestions. So we'll do that later.